You may have noticed computer game stores opening up in and around Montreal. These places operate 24 hours a day, every day, and inside you'll find dozens of people sitting in front of computers and playing games. And these games are a long, long way from Pac-Man and Space Invaders. With names like EVE Online, Second Life, World of Warcraft, they are very complex, addictive, pretty much like a whole world rather unto themselves. Elias Makos is our tech expert, and he joins us. You know, let's start with EVE Online, because this is basically tens of thousands of people playing the same game. It's so complex that they actually are instituting some kind of a governing council to make sure that the game is being operated properly.
That's right, and to keep those gamers happy. These gamers are paying a subscription fee, which is anywhere from, $10, $15, $20 a month, and you want to keep those gamers paying every month. And in order to do that, some of these companies that operate and own these games have decided, let's involve the gamers in running the games. That'll keep them happy. That'll keep them paying their subscription fees.
So in fact, they're voting for some kind of a board of directors or a governing council to manage the game.
Well, it depends which game, but in the instance of EVE Online, yeah, there's I think it's nine gamers that have been invited. They're actually trying to solicit gamers to be a part of the direction of the company, of the direction of the gaming world, in order to make it a more pleasurable experience for gamers.
Now we're taking a look at some shots from EVE Online, as you can see, which is obviously a science fiction game. What makes these games though so popular?
Well, I think they're popular because they are sort of an escape. These games do not stop when you stop playing. They take place in real time. So if you play for 3 hours, then you log off, the game continues.
Because there are so many other people around the world also playing at the same time.
That's right. We're talking about thousands, sometimes millions. World of Warcraft, has, I think, 2 million users right now. Sorry, 9 million users, around 2 million in North America. And, EVE Online is around 200,000 users. So you're talking about thousands of people at the same time. These are called massive multiplayer online games. And again, if you're online, you're not online with 2 or 3 people, you're online with thousands of people.
So definitely there's a lot of room for people to become quite addicted and obsessed with these games. And you can't sit down and play them for an hour either, right? I mean, you're there for hours and hours.
Exactly. And that has been the major criticism of these games, is that they can lead to addiction. This is a game that the average player plays somewhere in between 15, 20 hours a week. So if you're playing something that much, you're going to get really involved with it. And I've seen studies that say 40% of World of Warcraft players are actually addicted to it. Who knows if that's true, but this is definitely something that you can get addicted to.
What's the demographic here?
Well, we're talking about primarily males.
Right.
EVE Online, let's say, that's a 95% male demographic. World of Warcraft is around 85%, generally young. The female gamers tend to skew a little bit older, but we're talking about a primarily male culture.
Right. And it's not just war games. I mean, just people might not know, but there's the political systems you can manage, there's economic systems, social systems. I mean, they're so complex.
Oh, whether it's, fighting space aliens in space, or, there's now a game that's based on The Lord of the Rings. There's just so many venues for gamers, and if there's enough of the population wants to see a game, it'll come out.
And people are using real-time money to actually buy credits online in order to advance in the games.
Yeah, absolutely. And some people are actually getting so good at these games that they're amassing a large fortune in these games and then selling their accounts.
In real life.
In real life.
Wow.
Now, a lot of the companies are trying to stop that, but it still happens.
All right, Elias Makos, thanks a lot for this.
My pleasure.
And we're going to throw things back to Lori at the Weather Board.
We're seeing